I think we have to go. Oh. Eyes in body or spirit, my friends. Welcome, welcome. I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, so lift me up to the light of change. There is hurting in my family, there is sorrow in my town, there is panic in the nation, there is wailing the whole world round. I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, so lift me up to the light of change. Please be seated. Good morning, my friends. Good morning. And welcome to our loving, open-hearted Chalice community, where we are willing and hopeful for the light of change. I'm Reverend Nika Eaton, and my pronouns are she, her, and hers. And as always, we are grateful to be meeting on the ancient and unceded land of the Chumash people. I'm so delighted that you've joined us here this morning, both in person and online, to share in fellowship and sacred time and explore this month's theme of pluralism. Somebody's been listening. Thank you. I've been paying attention. So today we're going to examine that theme through the lens of how we might anchor ourselves in times of uncertainty and change, as seen through a multi-religious lens. We are so glad that you are here with us today.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Rick Wells. I'm very pleased to serve as your worship associate today. My pronouns are he, him, and his. And we here at Chalice believe in the inherent dignity and worth of all people, each one of you. Our doors, physically and metaphorically, are open to everyone, regardless of what you look like or whom you love. We believe there could be multiple paths up this mountain of life, and we are so very grateful that your path has intersected with ours today. For those of us here in person, please silence your cell phones, but keep them handy for later. We are so glad to share this time and spiritual journey with you.
So, my friends, to call us into the sacred time out of time, I invite you to ground your feet on the floor if that's available to you. Take a breath in and out. Allow yourself to get present here in this moment, letting go of all that came before and being here right now. I share words by Reverend Monica Jacobson-Tennyson called "The Heart of Our Faith." What is it that calls you here? That calls you onward? That calls you inward? That leads you homeward? What is it that gives you the power to make that change, to ask that question, to take that journey? What is it that says you have done well? Brings you to stillness that holds you up in hard times. It is relationship, the beating heart of our faith. It begins when we share this hour, our truths, this air, our hearts. Come, my friends, let us worship together.
We will light our chalice, which is our Unitarian Universalist symbol of the light within us all, the hope we seek, the justice we strive for, and the love we share. If you have a chalice at home, we invite you to light one now too. Today, I invite Castor Dixon up to light our chalice. Now, the following portion of an essay on Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech was written by the same poet who wrote the text for the anthem that the choir is singing today. His name was Matty J.T. Stepanek, and he was an American poet and philosopher who published 7 best-selling books of poetry and peace essays. He was described by Jimmy Carter as the most extraordinary person he had ever known. He passed away in 2004, just a month shy of his 14th birthday. 14th, he was 13 when he wrote this. I wrote, our world is multicolored, multi-hued, and multi-issued. It is not acceptable to enable or perpetuate we and they attitudes, habits, and interactions that become the essence of our reality. We must build bridges. We must dab our collective fingers into the waters of change. We must begin the ripples of realization from recognition and not let the waves fade. We must keep dabbing, creating waves of change that will take dreams of equity into ongoing realities of justice and peace. To realize King's dream, we cannot merely be satisfied with improvement. We must be committed to ongoing change based in accurate understanding of the past, sensitive awareness of the present, and prudent wisdom for the unfolding needs of the future. We light our chalice with this wisdom.
And we will also now light our earth chalice as we remember our connection to the earth and all living things. And our earth chalice, as you may remember, was built and rebuilt by our children to invite us to commit to caring for the sustainability of our planet and our children's future. And finally, we light our chalice for peace and justice. We light this flame for an end to violence and war going on in the Middle East, in Ukraine, and Sudan, and so many other parts of the world. We light this for an end to racial injustice and oppression of all kinds. May we together, my friends, live in a world of greater peace, justice, and equity for all. So I invite us now to rise in body or spirit to join us to sing the remainder of our opening hymn, that we are open and willing. I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, so lift me up. confusion. Give me a desert to hold my fears. Give me a sunset to hold my wonder. Give me an ocean to hold my tears. For I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us, so lift me up to the light of change. Please
Good
be
morning,
seated.
good morning. Have a seat. Good
Morning,
morning. Oh, my young friends, come closer. Come closer. I am Sam Dickerson. I don't bite. Unless you're a chocolate bunny, then we have issues. Oh. I am Sam Dickerson. My pronouns are she, hers, and I am Director of Lifespan Religious Exploration for this supportive congregation. So, we all get big emotions, yes? Yes. I know I do. I can get sad or angry, cranky or annoyed. That laugh makes me think you've experienced this from me. I've been scared or anxious, a ton of other emotions, and I know you felt these too. However, we have a choice when that happens. We can either let those big emotions take over our mind and our heart and let it spread to those around us, or we can use one of our many coping skills. What's a coping skill? What's up? What do you got?
A coping skill is a skill that lets you calm down when you're having big emotions that are bad. Suggest using them with things
Like jumping for happiness.
Jumping for happiness is a coping skill, definitely.
I suggest using these with any anger or sadness or breathing.
Breathing's a good one.
I don't suggest doing it with happy because, who doesn't want to be happy?
Oh, we all want to be happy, definitely. And for those of you that didn't catch it, Drake shared that coping skills are things we do to help us calm down when we've got the big emotions. Thank you so much. You're so wise.
I actually do know a coping skill.
Can you share those ideas when everyone's sitting around eating pancakes afterward? Because everyone's going to be eating pancakes after the service.
Yeah.
Yes. You're awesome. Thank you.
Coping skills is breathing.
One of the main coping skills is breathing, and I'm going to share another one, something that's helped me when my feelings feel out of control. It's my calm down jar. And if you can't quite see it, it's filled with multicolored glitter, and it's just settling. When the big emotions kick in, I can pick this up, I can give it a good shake, and just watch everything settle. And while I watch it all settle, my breathing and my heartbeat also settle. So for today's Time for All Ages, we have the story, The Calm Down Jar, by Jennifer Jones. When I'm feeling happy, everything is clear. I don't worry about anything, and there's nothing to fear. I wear it on my face, in my eyes, in my smile. Being happy feels great. I hope my happiness stays for a while. Another feeling I like is calm, when everything is quiet and just right. I feel easy and free-flowing, especially when I drift to sleep at night. Other feelings don't feel so great. It makes me not feel good inside. When something is really bothering me, my emotions are harder to hide. My smile turns to a frown, and my mood gets dark. Like when my mother tells me it's time to leave the park. Rude. Love you, moms and dads. Or when it's time for homework and I just want to play, I get really upset and yell, "I never get a say." In these moments, my emotions are big. I get hot and sweaty and turn red. So I try to calm myself down by taking deep breaths on my bed. On top of my bedside table, I see my calm down jar sitting still. I shake it to make the glitter cloudy because that's exactly how I feel. My mom and I made it to help me cope with an anxiety attack. I watch the glitter settle down, which helps me to relax. I hold the bottle in my hands and gently turn it upside down. As I stare at the glitter moving, I can turn my emotions right around. The glitter is a lot like my feelings. Sometimes it's settled and at rest. When I'm feeling happy, I'm like the glitter, calm and at my best. At times, I have big emotions. My feelings, like the glitter, start to swirl. Even something small can feel like it affects my entire world. The worst is when I'm angry. My feelings are quite a mess. Clumps of blue and yellow flying all around frantically and in stress. The glitter spreads all around just like my anger can. It brings others down, even if that's not my plan. Once it's spread and messy, it's hard to bring it all in. Sometimes it's hard to breathe, and it worries my parents and friends. But I've learned a special trick that helps me get back to calm. I take a deep breath to get back to calm again. And then I just hang on. I count to 3 inside my head. I exhale to breathe out. Then once again, I feel like me. The glitter in my calm down jars settled and reaches the bottom to rest. When my breathing and heartbeat are steady, that's when I feel my best. I'm glad to have a calm down jar. It helps me to relax, you see, so that when I'm no longer upset, I can get back to being my favorite me. For any of you young and young at heart, my timeless friends, if you would like to make your own calm down jar, I have little starter kits with instructions and a little bag of sequins that you will be able to find next door after you eat your pancakes. If you didn't know, we're selling pancakes today. It's the last one of the church year, so please come and bring your 5s, your 10s, your 20s, your 100s. We don't give change. Half of it will go to the RE Scholarship Fund so we can help those who want to get to camps and assemblies and other events. The other half will be joining our special collection today. The other way we spread joy is through our Mana collection. Yay! So I'm going to ask our kids and our young at hearts to please help collect the donations that have been brought in. Our Mana collection goes to Mana and is shared with those who are in need within our community. If you have not yet done so with filling out a joy or sorrow card but would still like to, you may step into the foyer to fill out a card and drop it in the basket. Thank you so much for your donations. Yeah. Make sure you hold on to the lid when you shake. We've got it. We've got it.
Good. And while we are finishing that up, I'd like to quickly remind you, is there a pancake breakfast or something happening? Yeah. Oh, good. There's a pancake breakfast right after. We encourage you to get your pancakes as quickly as possible because we have a congregational meeting at noon. So it's busy, busy here at Chalice. And then tonight, I believe there is an open mic night too. And so you could spend most of your day here at Chalice. It is possible.
And if you're curious about what's going on regarding our move, come to our congregational meeting at noon. And you can join us online or in person for that. And it should be about an hour. So noon.
All right.
Noon after you're fed with pancakes. Yeah. So let us now sing our children out so that they can go make the pancakes for us. We'll sing them out with a lamp of love as we lit our chalice with hope, justice, peace, and love. Wait, children, come this way. This way. Don't go running out there. You must join Sam. I know, one of the kids did go out, but you're wise to come back. Because you want to go out with a lamp of love, right? As we lit this our chalice with hope, justice, peace, and love, we also light this lamp with the same intention, guiding our children into their sacred spaces beyond these walls. Please join us now as we sing together. May the lamp of light and peace guide you on your way. May it hold you, may it hold you, may it hold you in our love. May it hold you in our love, each and every day.
The offering here at Chalice is that we don't always aren't just trying to get money to pay the bills here. We're also, though that's really important, though we have special collections, and Clint is going to come up and tell us about a very special collection. Yay, Clint! Yay, Clint! That's right.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Clint Foltz, and my pronouns are he, him. Today's special collection is for 2 upcoming LGBTQIA+ Pride picnics, both held on Sunday, June 2nd. Before I continue, I'd like to give a brief explanation as to the meaning behind LGBTQIA+. Activists and members of the queer community have come together to form the acronym LGBTQIA+. This denotation includes space for those identifying as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, asexual, and the plus is for a plethora of other orientations and identities. No one gets left behind. The first of our 2 Pride picnics is the 4th annual Unity Caneo Pride Picnic hosted here in Thousand Oaks from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Unity Caneo is a grassroots, nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting our LGBTQIA+ youth. They organize and sponsor an annual Pride Picnic, which provides an opportunity for members of the LGBTQIA+ community, their families, and allies to meet and support one another at a safe, inclusive, and free event. I've attended the Unity Caneo Pride Picnic the last 2 years, and I can tell you it's one of the best outdoor events in town. It's a diverse, positive, family-friendly event with free food, entertainment, games, raffles, and much more. The Unity Caneo crew is a truly compassionate, dedicated, knowledgeable, thoughtful, and hardworking group of people. This year, the organization that I helped create, the Caneo Climate Coalition, will be providing free plant-based food, so stop by the Plant-Based Grill and get some delicious, environmentally friendly burgers and kebabs. There will also be more traditional barbecue fare available as well. If you'd like to attend this year's Unity Caneo Pride Picnic, please register at www.unitycaneo.org. This information will also be available in news and notes. The second of our LGBTQIA+ Pride Picnics will be in Camarillo, also on Sunday, June 2nd. This event runs from 12 noon until 4 p.m., so technically, you could attend both events in the same day. Do that. The third annual Camarillo Pride Picnic is supported by the Diversity Collective and Topa Topa Brewing Company and features tables from local vendors, service providers, and LGBTQIA+ community members. Chalice and Ventura UU are collaborating to host a table at this event and will be offering a child-friendly activity and a spin-the-wheel LGBTQIA+ themed trivia game. Chalice has 6 volunteers to help, but everyone is invited to attend and join in the fun. The Camarillo Pride Picnic is being held at Bob Kidley Park, 1030 Temple Avenue in Camarillo from 12 noon to 4 p.m. with fun activities for kids, and will offer a safe space for members of the LGBTQIA+ community and its allies to gather, socialize, and share experiences. Both events will be listed in news and notes if you need reminders about the dates, times, and locations of the picnic. These events are free to attend, but they require money to organize and to host. Please donate what you can for today's special collection, and the money will be split between the 2 Pride Picnics. Thank you for supporting our LGBTQIA+ community. And as we pass the plate now, we thank you for giving generously. Your donation helps our fellowship make ripples for good on our planet. Please enjoy this lovely music in celebration of your generosity. The offering will now be given and greatly received.
Spirit
spirit mine.
And let's let that beautiful echo of the Spirit go through our hearts and souls as we give gratitude for your generosity with the words on the screen. We give thanks for the gifts and the givers, and we ask that we may use this offering wisely and well. May these gifts help us nurture spiritually courageous people who transform the world through justice and compassion. Blessed be. We gather as a beloved community, each of us bringing our own joys and traversing our own concerns, each finding comfort and connection as we reach out to one another. Rick is going to place stones in the sand to symbolize that we are collectively held by our beautiful earth, and we're interconnected here on our time together on this planet. One day, of course, we will all return to the dust of the earth, but meanwhile, our planet nurtures and holds us all. Placing our stones in the sand in a spiral symbolizes our ever-evolving, transforming journey in life. So you may write your joys or concerns in the chat box if you're online, or email them to me during the week before the service so that we may honor them here together. And if you're here in person, please share with us a yellow or a blue card with your joys or concerns that are in the foyer. And at the end, we'll sing a brief refrain together to hold those sharing in our love and care. And for those who are new here today, let's teach everybody what the words are that we sing together. The words are simply breathing, breathing with you. Breathing with you is my prayer. Because that's the thing we all share in common, that we breathe this amazing air we are given from the moment we're born to the moment we take our last breath in life. So I invite you now to begin writing your joys in the chat box. And as you write them, I will read them and we will place stones in for you. Jennifer Brandon Ruiz, who's back there with us, shares a wonderful joy. I am cancer-free. Woohoo! I think we need a little celebration dance, Jennifer. Woohoo! Oh, what wonderful news. So glad that you could share that with us. So glad. And Tom Stow, where are you, Tom? Tom writes that he retired from Oxnard College on May 17th. Welcome to your new life, Tom. And Laurie Oberlander writes, Rod, and where are you, Laurie? Over there. Rod and I get to spend our afternoon putting shelf liner in our brand new beautiful kitchen cupboards. Woohoo! And then Colleen Ryan, who is with us here for the first time in 2 years, wants to share joy with us. Just, you don't have to come up. You can stay there, Colleen. We'll give you a microphone.
Hi. I haven't been coming much because I've been in really bad pain. The one time I did come, I had a cane, an inner tube, and I have to leave after 35 minutes. The most amazing things happened to me. I've been in pain with my back since 1998. I had a fusion in October, an intron fusion that took care of most of it, but I still was in pain. And last Thursday, I had a test injection into my sacroiliac, and it worked.
Woohoo!
However, you'll see me a little gimpy now because the test injection only lasts for a day. But on Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to make an appointment for the long-term injection. And I am paying.
Woohoo!
And I'm coming back.
Such great news. Welcome back, Colleen, and welcome back to life. And hopefully it'll be pain-free going forward. Yes, that's great news. And then Lorella Hess writes, Lorella, welcome online. Hi. That she is recovering after back surgery on May 9th. Lorella, we hope that you too will be pain-free soon and recovering well. And then Brandy writes that, oh, there's Lorella waving to people. Brandy writes that Anne graduated from Moore Park College and is transferring to CSU Channel Islands in the fall. Congratulations, Anne, Puerto Rico. That is great news, too. So what a lot of joys to celebrate. I actually want to celebrate another joy, and that is for all the amazing helpers who showed up these last 2 Saturdays and have transformed our buildings. And if you haven't seen our new lounge next door, really sweet in the former child space, and we're working on the fellowship hall too. And just raise your hand if you were part of that effort, helping transform our spaces. Well, thank you all so much. Really grateful for your kindness and your commitment to our fellowship. So, of course, my friends, we celebrate the many gifts in our lives and the joys that lift us up. And we give gratitude that our joys help us balance out the hard times in our lives. So let's lift up these joys together as we sing. Breathing, breathing with you, breathing with you is my prayer. Oh, there's another joy that just appeared online from Susan Dixon. Joy for a fabulous auction dinner by Dell. There's Dell back there. Glad you did that, Dell. Thank you. All right, wonderful. So now I invite you to write your sorrows or concerns in the chat box, or share any blue cards if you have any. As we continue to hold in mind the suffering in the Middle East at this time, we lift up a quote that some of us saw on Facebook this week by a rabbi that says, "It's okay to be heartbroken for more than one group of people at the same time." So we lift up our pain for all those who are suffering from the effects of war and violence around the world at this time. I don't see any sorrows or concerns in the chat box, but of course, my friends, we also hold in our hearts all those who are sick, those who are homeless or jobless, all those who are suffering from fear or from hunger, from illness, from poverty or violence. May we together envision a world filled with greater peace, safety, equity, and kindness for all. So we lift up the many joys and struggles around the world as we sing together. Breathing, breathing with you, breathing with you is my prayer. And now I invite all of you to hold in mind the joys and concerns present in your own hearts and lives. And we're going to continue singing Breathing with you as we do every week with changes in the words, while you either silently honor or light a candle if you're at home for whatever stirs in your heart now. And if you're here in person, we invite you to come either to the front or there to the back to go to one of our sand bowls and place your stone in the spiral of life. We lift you all up as we sing together. Breathing, breathing with you, breathing with you is my prayer. Seeking, seeking, seeking with you, seeking with you is my prayer. Loving, loving, loving with you, loving with you is my prayer. Hoping, hoping, hoping with you, hoping with you is my prayer. Grieving, grieving, Healing. Healing. Healing with you. Healing with you is my prayer. Sharing. Sharing. Sharing with you. Sharing with you is my prayer. Singing. Singing. Singing with you. Singing with you is my prayer. Helping. Helping. Helping with you. Helping with you is my prayer. Dancing. Dancing. Dancing with you. Dancing with you is my prayer. Wondering. Wandering. Wandering with you. Wandering with you is my prayer. Caring. Caring. Caring with you. Caring with you is my prayer. Being. Being. Being with you. Being with you is my prayer. Breathing. Breathing. Breathing with you. Breathing with you is my prayer. May everyone be held in the loving embrace of this congregation. And may that love and compassion ripple out to all who are hurting, both within and beyond this community. Blessed be, and amen. Let us now share a time of meditation, reflection, or prayer. Last week, I took a class with the Irish poet Padraig Ó Tuama. He shared a beautiful introduction to a meditation that I wish to share with you now. I'm also going to shake our glitter jar, and you may wish to choose to watch the glitter settle as you breathe deeply or sit in silence. But first, I invite you to still your body and mind, and you may plant your feet firmly in the ground if that's available to you. Place your hands in your lap. And if you feel comfortable, you may close your eyes or gently lower your gaze and take a deep breath in and out. Imagine with me that you are standing beside a lake and you have a fabulous skipping stone to throw into the water. The stone is large and heavy and flat. And you throw it into the lake, and it lands and very slowly glides back and forth, just like the glitter, and starts to make its way down through the murky water to the bottom until it anchors itself in the mud below. During our meditation, you might want to watch its journey into the depths in your mind's eye as you too allow yourself to transition from your head down to your heart and into your body. I will ring the chime to mark the beginning and end of our silence, and then we'll sing together. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul, in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got pain like an arrow. I've got pain like an arrow. I've got pain like an arrow in my soul. I've got pain like an arrow. I've got pain like an arrow. I've got pain like an arrow in my soul. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain in my soul. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain in my soul, in my soul. So last week, I participated in an online worldwide conference for spiritual leaders called Navigating the Global Dark Night of the Soul. Yeah, intense. Intense, I know, but I thought it might have lessons for us all as we navigate the changes occurring in our congregation and the upcoming elections later this year and the aftermath of the pandemic and the ongoing climate degradation and so many more challenges that face us right now in our personal and collective lives. My beloveds, I know that so many of us are traversing extraordinary times of change and challenge. So I've been reflecting on how best to encourage and support us, what spiritual tools might help us anchor ourselves and one another when the seas are choppy all around. Now, of course, as most of you know, we're preparing to move out of this beautiful sanctuary in 5 weeks' time. We've been renting this space for the last 16 years with great gratitude to our landlords. And now it's been sold to new owners. Our last service here will take place on June 16th, and we'll spend the final 2 weeks of June moving out. And as we get closer to that date, it's inevitable that anxiety levels may rise and the seas we navigate may feel more choppy. The congregation may question its decision to move, which it chose to do to find a larger, more visible space in the community with outdoor areas to allow us to more fully live into our mission and serve more families and children in the wider community. But that doubt may arise especially because our new home has not yet materialized. Now, temporarily, we are going to be fine, housed across the way in our beautiful fellowship hall building that we own outright. Yay! Thanks to all of you. Now, many of you have been working on preparing that space to be a good short-term home for that, and thank you so much for that, and thank you, Randy and Claudia, for leading those efforts. And I look forward to us using that wonderful building fully with renewed spaces, so worshiping together will have fresh possibilities. If you haven't checked out our new lounge, I invite you to do so. It's going to be really cozy. It's going to have a piano in it. It'll be a piano lounge, and we'll have lots of new spaces to hold worship in. So it's very exciting. So my friends, we're not going to be homeless. Nevertheless, it's hard to leave this beautiful sanctuary that we've known and loved for the last 16 years without a clear future ahead. It reminds me of the story from the Hebrew Bible, from both the Jewish and Christian tradition, about Moses. Moses received messages from God to take the Israelites out of Egypt after 400 years of enslavement there. And it took 12 plagues and many negotiations with Pharaoh before they were able to leave. And eventually they emigrated, but were soon beset by fears and doubts about what they had left behind and where they were going. And we find ourselves now a little like the Israelites in the Sinai desert, on the dusty plains of transition. We're leaving the familiar walls of the sanctuary, a place that holds many of our community's memories, while the horizon shimmers like a mirage of sorts, promising a new home. But the path is as yet unclear. It was an act of hope and deep faith for Moses and the Israelites to leave their home of many generations, despite the difficult circumstances, and head into the desert to try and reach freedom and the promised land of Canaan. And likewise, this move is an act of hope and faith for our community. Yet in the midst of this desert experience, the Israelites discovered an opportunity for growth, for renewal, and spiritual transformation. And just as they were guided by pillars of cloud and fire, our congregation can find solace and direction in our Unitarian Universalist principles and values and in the courage of our fellowship. Together, we can draw strength from our shared faith, our beautiful mission, and our history of making it through transitions and supporting one another. And some of you have been here 40 and 50 years and have seen us through so much. Now, doubt, like the scorching sun, may beat down, and we may yearn for the comfort of the known, the ease of established routines. But just as the Israelites relied on manna from heaven for sustenance when they were starving in the desert, and it was a matter of life and death, we too have reserves to draw upon, and it's not a matter of life and death. Compassion and care for one another will be our desert spring. Our mission will be our guiding light, and the strength of our community will be the wind at our backs. Of course, there will be grumblings. Voices will rise, just as they did among the Israelites, questioning the path, yearning for a return to the way things used to be. But within our congregation lies the wisdom of Moses, our many steadfast leaders and members who will remind us that we have done this before and the promise that lies ahead of us. Please join us on June 9th to hear stories of resilience and transition from some of our longtime members. Meanwhile, this time in the desert isn't merely about finding a new physical space. It's about transformation for us as a community. It's about deepening our faith, our trust, our commitment to each other, and our vision for the future. And just as the Israelites received the 10 Commandments during their exodus at Mount Sinai, we too will emerge from this desert experience with a renewed sense of purpose and a stronger sense of mission for the congregation we are becoming during these demanding times. Just the other day, a team of leaders met to put together a vision portfolio about Chalice, highlighting the important work that we do in this community and how we hope to grow in service to the Conejo Valley and beyond. And this is strengthening our resolve and our clarity that we are a unique fellowship with so much to offer so many during these challenging times. Please never forget that. Many of us are deeply committed to this process unfolding and believe it will help us grow, deepen our faith, and extend our community and reach. And of course, there are others who question this decision, who want the reassurance of certainty, which is quite natural. It's natural to want to control our future and reduce anxiety and struggle. Change is hard for the best of us. And this journey may be arduous, my friends, but it is also full of possibility. We may encounter unexpected allies, just as the Israelites met Jethro, who offered them guidance and support. We may discover hidden strengths within ourselves and our fellowship. And when we finally reach our new home sweet home, which this bottle here we placed on our altar when we started the process, and we are waiting to be able to spread this earth in the ground around our new home sweet home. When we finally reach it, it will be all the more cherished because of the trials that we have overcome together. So, my friends, I invite us to wander through this wilderness with open hearts and minds. Let us face our challenges with courage and faith, remembering that we take this journey together, not alone. For just as the Israelites ultimately reached the promised land, so too will our congregation find a new home, a place where our spirits can soar and our light can continue to shine brightly. We're in this together, my friends. Can I hear an amen? Amen. Thank you. And as I've been traversing my own complex life transitions recently, there have been times when I felt really lost, downcast, and I couldn't see my way through. And when each day felt like an enormous hurdle to overcome. Of course, I've shared before, I always seem to be a living experiment for my sermons. And as Emerson said, sermons should be life passed through the fire of experience. So last week, taking this Global Dark Night of the Soul seminar, I had my own Dark Night of the Soul, which was really hard to get through, but it gave me answers of what I needed to talk about today. And I found the following anchors to help stabilize me among the choppy waters, but I hope they might help you too. These anchors are drawn from various spiritual traditions, mindfulness practices, psychology, poetry, and earth-centered practices. And I call it the bags approach, to carry with us so that we can easily remember these anchors with an acronym. You know how useful an acronym is. So you may know that during an anxiety attack or a difficult time, breathing into a paper bag can help you steady yourself. If you've never tried it, I recommend you try it. So imagine when you feel anxious, afraid, or uncertain, that you have your own brown paper bag, just a little brown paper bag. And then you can use this bags approach. And in this method, B stands for breath and body. So often when we feel fear or anxiety, our breathing becomes shallow and we disconnect from our body and we have anxious thoughts running through our minds. And if we feel stuck with our life circumstances, we may even hold our breath. I noticed I was doing a lot of that last week. So take a moment now to observe your breath. Is it shallow? Are you holding it? Or is your breath flowing with ease? The B for breath and body reminds us to take a deep in-breath or inspiration, followed by a longer exhalation or expiration. And we might even wish to hold our breath for a moment after the inhalation to take stock of the gift of our breath before we drop down into our bodies like that rock did in our meditation with a long, slow exhalation. Lengthening and calming our breathing and connecting in with our bodies helps our anxiety reduce and brings us into this moment. Just like in our story of the glitter jar earlier, allow your breath to settle any anxious thoughts. So let's do it together in this moment. I invite us to take a deep breath in, hold it, and now breathe out and let it go. Long breath, and just notice how that feels in your body. And as we continue, I invite you to continue taking deep breaths. So what's the A for in the bags approach? The A is for awareness. Just like consciousness of our breath calms us in the moment, awareness is another tool to come into the present. So as you look around you now, take a look at what you see, what comes into your vision. And look at what you're touching with your hands, with your arms, with your legs, with your feet. And what do you hear? What can you smell? What can you taste in this moment in your mouth? So take a look around you and listen and sniff and taste and sense. What's present around and within you right here, right now, coming into the now through our senses, helps us remember that this moment now and now and now is all we truly have. There is no past and maybe no future to worry about. We are here in the now, and it is multifaceted, engaging, and alive to our senses if we focus on it. And here's the G. The G in BAG stands for gratitude and grounding. So I invite us to consciously shift our thinking from our spinning minds and our worries or concerns to what is good in this moment. Can you think of something that is good in this very moment? What are you grateful for? Even the tiniest thing, like being amidst this community with friends, having heard the choir sing their beautiful anthem, being able to take a breath, or seeing our lit chalices. And then place your feet firmly on the ground, when possible in the earth, connecting with nature and the rhythms of the earth. As we say in our joys and sorrows, the earth holds us during our time together on this planet. And the more we can go and feel that, ideally with our bare feet on the ground, the more connected we can become to the miracle of existence. So when things feel really hard, I found it helpful to find something to be grateful for and some way to ground my body in the earth and know that this great, powerful earth has and holds us all. And finally, the S of bags is about what remains the same and the next step. Amid so much change, think about what does remain the same in this time. We're here together on this planet, alive at the same time, living lives of purpose and value in community. We, the people, remain the same. We, the people, are Chalice. We're not our physical structures, even though they're comforting and wonderful to have, and though it will be wonderful for us to have our forever home sweet home soon, we know we can survive and thrive even during transition, just like we did when we were online for 2 years during COVID. And look at us, here we are all together still. Just like the Israelites did over 40 years, our community remains steady through all the storms of life. Can I hear an amen? Amen. So what else remains the same in our lives? What has remained the same for humanity throughout history? Well, the sun always rises. Thank you. And the night always comes. Thank you. And winter turns to spring, and babies are born, and life goes on. And no matter what's going on, there's always something good and reliable to find in our lives. Right? And the S also stands for the next step. And I know some of you are going through physical challenges right now. And when times feel tumultuous, all we can do is take the next right step. We can't leap 10 steps ahead. We can make contingency plans for the future, of course. For example, should our fellowship hall building sell, we've secured a place to rent temporarily at the United Methodist Church of Westlake Village, and we're going to meet with them this afternoon to finalize arrangements while we keep looking for our permanent home sweet home. But we need to keep asking ourselves, what is our next step right now? Just the next one. And our next step as a community is moving into fellowship hall together and making the most of that wonderful home that we own. Outright. What a blessing. We get to save on rent for a little while. And make pancakes, eat pancakes, and sit in comfortable lounges and hang out together. I learned that next step lesson when I broke both of my feet last year. Remember, this time last year, I was limping around on crutches. I didn't know how long they would take to heal or how I'd manage alone in a foreign country without being able to walk or speak the language. I literally had to slow down and take one step at a time and become really present in the moment with my pain, with my breath, with my awareness, while finding opportunities to be grateful and recognize that there were still good things in my life. And of course, we know that anything can happen at any time. Everything can change, for the good or the bad, in a moment. But just when the future feels uncertain and it seems like we have no possibilities, no options, unexpected opportunities can arise as if from nowhere. When I broke my feet, I was lying in a hospital hallway, alone, and I had no idea how I would make it through the next day, let alone where I was going to sleep that night, or where I'd stay, or how I'd get around in a foreign country where I knew no one and didn't speak the language. And yet each new day, a new, unexpected possibility arose, including complete strangers offering to drive hundreds of miles to pick me up and take me to their home to recuperate, where they had a wheelchair and a hospital bed and all the things I needed. I mean, it was unbelievable. And as a people of faith, we have to be open to such miracles, to the unexpected, to things we cannot yet envision or imagine. And, sometimes we need to be open-hearted for those things to happen to us. We need to reach desperation for the way to open before us. If we like to feel in control, surrendering, which of course I never do. Matt, that was too loud, that laugh. Surrendering and trusting are big spiritual lessons that we're being invited to undertake at this time. To trust in life and surrender to what is unfolding in the moment. We just have to muster the courage to be with not knowing. And meanwhile, we acknowledge what we're going through. We offer each other compassion and kindness. Some of us will be up on some days and others of us will be down, and those up will support those down, and then it'll switch around the next day. And then we surrender into what's happening, allowing it to unfold. Because things always shift, eventually. My beloveds, there's a space within each one of us that no one can take away, even in our darkest moments. A home of peace, a home of joy and love that every one of us has access to. If we get quiet and listen deeply within. That stability is not determined by external conditions. In fact, the deepest safety that we can find amidst choppy seas is our home within, our inner wisdom. And some may call this God, and others may call it inner knowing, and some may call it wisdom or love. But I invite us all to find pockets of quiet in our lives so that we can listen deeply to that voice. Let it calm and guide you. So I found that this BAGS approach is helpful, even though it has a terrible acronym. But as we navigate these times of change as individuals and as a community, I invite you to share what resources you and what wisdom you have with one another. What gives you strength and courage? What anchors you in the midst of choppy waters? And although these may not be ideal circumstances anybody would have consciously chosen, it's an opportunity to share our wisdom, our resources, and pull together as a community and deepen our faith and gratitude for what we have and who we are together. It's a chance to build a stronger vision for the future. And we have a magnificent opportunity to grow and transform. Isn't that what we're all about here in this community? Yes. Yes. Amen. Yes, we transform the world. Thank you. If we are willing to be open and changed in good ways by the experiences we go through. And we are spiritually courageous, absolutely. Our community's anchors are the love we share, our presence together, our music, our trust of one another, the work we do out in the world, and our opportunity to gather each week for spiritual grounding and communal wisdom. We can hold each other with compassion and encourage each other when the going gets tough. My friends, we've got this. Yeah? Yes. Do we? We've got this together. So I close with a beautiful poem called For the Hardest Days by Clint Smith. Some evenings after days when the world feels like it's poured out all its despair onto me, when I'm awash with burdens that rest atop my body like a burlap of jostling shadows, I find a place to watch the sunset. I dig my feet into a soil that has rebirthed itself 1,000,000 times over. I listen to the sound of leaves as they decide whether or not it is time to descend from their branches. It is hard to describe the comfort one feels in sitting with something you trust will always be there. Something you can count on to remain familiar when all else seems awry. How remarkable it is to know that many have watched the same sunset before you. How the wind can carry pollen and drop it somewhere it has never been. How the leaves have always become the soil that then again become the leaves again. How maybe we are not so different than the leaves. How maybe we are also always being reborn to be something more than we once were. How maybe that's what waking up each morning is. A reminder that we are born of the same atoms as every plant and bird and mountain and ocean around us. May it be so. And now, my friends, I invite us to rise in body or spirit, to join us for a closing song to remember that no one No one can take away our joy, our strength, our love, our pride, or our peace. They are all within us. Amen.
This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Don't you know that this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, I said the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Oh, this strength that I have, this strength that I have, this strength that I have. Oh, yeah, now. The world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it to me. This strength that I have. Oh, yeah, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it to me. This strength that I have. Oh, yeah, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, I said the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Oh, this love that I have. This love that I have. Oh, yeah, now. The world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it to me. This love that I have. Oh, yeah, the world didn't give it to me. Don't you know that this love that I have, yeah, the world didn't give it to me. Singing, the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Oh, this pride that I have, this pride that I have, this pride that I have. Oh, yeah, now. The world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it to me. This pride that I have. I said the world didn't give it to me. Don't you know that this pride that I have, yeah, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, I said the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. All this peace that I have, oh, yeah. The world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give me my peace that I have. Oh, yeah, now. The world didn't give it to me. Won't you sing about peace? This peace that I have. Oh, yeah, now. The world didn't give it to me. I said the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. All this joy that I have, this joy that I have, this joy that I have. Oh, yeah, now, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it to me. This joy I said the world didn't give it to me. Don't you know that this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, I said the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. The world didn't give it and the world can't take it away. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. The world didn't give it and the world can't take it away. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. The world didn't give it and the world can't take it away. The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away. Resist.
Standing and touch elbows if you feel comfortable. My friends, we are navigating this transition together, and we can do it together. We can keep each other positive and safe together. We can remind each other of the anchors that keep us steady, knowing there are a realm of possibilities out there for us if we keep our dream and vision clear and strong together. Thank you. May it be so. Please join us now in extinguishing our chalices with the words on the screen. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Go in peace, go with love, go with courage, trust, and knowing we've got each other. And come join us for pancake breakfast and celebration, and then back in here in Fellowship Hall at noon to have further discussion. Thank you for being here.
Test one. Test one. Test one. Test one.